Let's get things going here. I hope everybody had a great week. It's been an exasperating week for us. Let me get everything pulled up. That's gorgeous, George. I'm on time this morning. For once. I'm always late. I'm always late. I don't know what's going on here. Remember to guard your privacy. Just make sure we're all set for effects picker. For some reason, it's not pulling up on the page over here. There we are. Just took it a minute. All right. So Wi-Fi is working right here. All right, cool. All set up. I think I need some more coffee though. Nobody's here yet, so there we are. Good morning. Oh, it's been a daunting week. Just make sure everything is okay on our live stream over here. All right, I have Pleiades with me this morning. This is your first time being here. Welcome to Coffee with Snakes Live. We do this every Sunday. We talk about snakes, drink coffee, have a good time. What's he doing there? Please, a little nervous this morning. And we'll talk about why here in a little bit. And I might keep her out the whole live stream and see if she calms down just a bit. She's a little nervous, so, which is understandable. She hasn't been out a whole lot lately. Morning, Sonia. How you doing? I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. Good morning. Like I said, I got Pleiades with me today. She's banana, possible orange dream. And I just suspect that because of her color, and she's on here for a specific reason. If you're joining us, hit the like button, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the live streams or the shorts or the cool stuff that I've got coming out here the next week. I haven't put out any shorts this week or any content, and we'll get to that in a minute when everybody gets in and my moderator gets in, and we'll talk about what's been going on. So it's been a crazy week. I took Darwin in for his vet check, and he's good to go. Well, he's got a second round of antibiotics to go, but he started eating. He's back to good health. He's moving around. He's still got a little popping, a little wheezing going on, but other than that, he's been doing so much better. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna get going here in just a few minutes. Start talking about some neat stuff that got going on here in the Den of Misfits. So, and I'm out of coffee. I'm not sure how to get more without leaving the screen. So I'm gonna have to leave the screen to get some more. Because it was such a crazy night last night, I actually didn't get in until, I don't know, midnight, 1 o'clock, something like that. It was really late, and it's crazy stuff going on here. So, who's all in here? So, someone put it around your neck. Yep. Okay, well, I did that. She's awesome. This is Pleiades. She's she's still a sub-adult. She's getting there. It's about another 6 months and she'll be a good adult size. So broken ankles. Yep. So okay, so Sonya, you kind of know what's going on here, right? Um, yeah, it's been crazy. So last night, Melody broke her ankle at work. Her fibula. She didn't break her whole ankle.
After work.
Okay, it was after work. She rolled her ankle, broke it, her fibula. So, I was out late last night at the emergency room. We didn't get back till late, so that's why these bags are. Can you see this? It's bad. So yeah, she only did a half-ass job, Sonya. She didn't break her whole ankle, only half of it. Name of my snake. This is Pleiades. She's named after the star system. She was the seventh female I had at the time, and Pleiades is the name of the seventh sister. And the what star system is it, Mel?
It's the Pleiades star system.
It's the Pleiades star system. Yep.
It's the Seven Sisters star system.
Hope he heals. Thanks. They said that she should be back on her feet here maybe in a few days. So it's not like the major bone of your ankle. It's not the one. It's not like the weight bearing bone. It's the fibula. It's the one on the side of the leg. So hopefully she'll be back up and going soon. She's pretty ouchy today though. So Flippy. Okay, thanks. Stick around though. Maybe we'll change your mind. Snakes are awesome. They're really sweet animals, misunderstood, and it's kind of why we do this every week. You have people in here who don't understand snakes and they're fascinated and they want to know more. So that's kind of why we do this, to get people familiar and to see that they're really handleable, really sweet animals. You create a bond with them. You create a somewhat of a symbiotic relationship with them. So, morning, Candy. Glad to see you're here. Nope. Pitch, this is a girl. She's female. Hello, Ray. In Pennsylvania, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. They do have amazing personalities. Yes, they do. Each one of them has a different personality. We might get another one out here in a little bit. We'll see how Pleiades does. She's a little nervous this morning. Well, she feels nervous to me. But she seems like she's calming down a bit. She's not really acting too nervous. She's a little grippy this morning, but she'll all right. She'll be okay. Yeah, reptiles are great. Yeah, and our channel isn't just snakes. It's other reptiles too. I do a lot of work with snakes because I have a lot of snakes, but I do have some bearded dragons, and I have an episode coming where we're gonna have some really cool reptiles, some crocodiles and some alligators and some gaboon vipers, but that's gonna be a few weeks away. And but yeah, that's coming, just coming real soon. What brand of cages do you have? My buddy Cody, over at Cody's Exotics and Custom Enclosures, made these PVC enclosures here. But I've been making my own PVC enclosures, and that's one of the things I'm gonna talk about this morning. Is I don't know if anybody's close or not, but I do have PVC cages that I've built and will be up for sale. I can't ship them unless you have like a very, very small enclosure, because I'm building a lot of 4x2x2s. I have a special arboreal snake that I haven't introduced to the channel yet that I have to build a 4x4x2 for. So yeah, it just I have a bunch of cages. Look, check this out. And then with the scraps, I've been building these, which are made out of PVC, snake hides. And this one is, like I said, I made it out of scrap, so that's why that. But I'm keeping this one. So yeah, the ones I sell don't look like they're perfect. You know what I mean? And they come with custom paint jobs if you want custom paint jobs on them. The enclosures too. I'm doing one with Monstera leaves. It's going to kind of match the logo of the channel. and I'll have that in the background. I don't know, probably here in a month or so. I'll put that in the back so everybody can check it out and see how I'm doing my cage differently. So there's that. But I'm not. Cody's been building my enclosures and several of my friends' enclosures for a long time. So I got a bunch coming from him too as well. We worked out something, so we have are one of the most important must-haves for reptile enthusiasts. Yes, it is very, very important to have the right enclosure. Um, Thanks, Dragon. Dragon. I'm trying to pronounce that whole thing. Dragonian Gore. Dragonian Gore. Did I say that right? I think I said that right. Well, thank you. Thank you for appreciating what we do. And coming to the channel this morning. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. So what else is going on this week? Okay. So Darwin, for those of you that's been on the channel for a while and follow the socials and all that, you guys know that Darwin is a new snake that I have, but I haven't introduced to the channel yet because when I got him, he had RI. So I took him for his checkup yesterday morning, and they gave him another round of antibiotics. He still got a little popping, no more wheezing or anything though. So, and he took his first meal from me 4 days ago, and he just took his second meal last night. So it's gonna be awesome, right? I think he's gonna pull through just fine. He's less lethargic. He's moving around a whole lot. So I'm glad to see he's on the mend. So you guys will get to meet him real soon, along with another snake that I had gotten, and then I have another one on the way. So, which is one of the reasons I have Pleiades with me this morning. Thanks, Candy. I'll let him know you said that. I'll let him know you said you're glad he's doing better. Thanks for subscribing, Dragon. I'm just gonna call you Dragon because I don't want to say it wrong. But thank you for subscribing. I think Pleiades, I'm gonna rehome Pleiades. And some of you had expressed some interest in maybe getting one of my snakes sent to you. So I'm going to offer it on Patreon first because my Patreon supporters always get everything first because they help keep the channel going. You know, the 5, 10, 20, $50 donations every month are what keep this channel going and allow me to do the things I do and get more snakes and show you guys cool stuff and go different places. So the Patreon supporter is going to get access to that first. I'm going to have 2 of them up for sale. And I'll put the prices up for them. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to put them on Patreon. I'll leave them on just Patreon for a week, and then I'll be posting them to the socials. So keep an eye out. Find us on social medias. I'll probably put a short up about it. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it if these 2 snakes don't go. So I haven't decided on the second one yet, but it may be a pastel. So Southwest Michigan. Most people just say Dragon also. I'm falling behind on the comments here. It looks like Melody's on here taking care of some of them for me. So that's Melody. Oh, I guess she changed her name now.
I switched accounts.
Oh, okay. She switched accounts. So Melody is broken in the other room, you guys. What brand of cages do you have? Thanks for what you do. Enclosures are one of the most important. Yes, they are. They're very, very important. You want to talk about enclosures? I mean, most people just say dragon. Yep. Okay. And Melody said we're located in Southwest Michigan. Awesome. Okay. So now that we're caught up with comments, enclosures are very, very, very important. Come here, baby. Glass enclosures obviously don't hold humidity as well. Fish tank enclosures, snakes tend to escape from them like crazy. So enclosures are very, very important. to have the right enclosure. And a lot of people buy snakes on impulse. Usually, from what I see, people who keep snakes tend to learn to slow their process down a little bit and learn about the snake and make sure they have everything. But usually, people's first snakes, for the most part, I think they buy them on impulse at like expos, or they're went to the pet store for cat food and seen a snake they thought was great. Um, and there's no way to stop. There's a big controversy over that. People doing that without getting snakes without doing the research. A bunch of people get mad, but there's so many ball pythons on the market. I feel like if you're homing a snake, you're probably going to put it in a better place than what it already is, and you're going to learn. And especially with ball pythons, they're so hardy that you have a little bit of time to learn. So, time to hit the gym, stay awesome. Awesome. Hope you have a great workout. But that's super important, um, that you learn, about your snake and what its needs are. But I just had a friend who she's got a little experience with exotics, I think, but she bought a hog nose, and doesn't really have anything for it. And a lot of people would go ahead and scold her for that. But for me, you're giving this snake that might not get sold to a good home, a great home, and take your time, learn. And as the reptile community, if we know people like that, we should reach out, because for me, I have tons of extra stuff. I have extra enclosures. I have heat lamps. I have hides. Just for being a keeper, I have that stuff around, so I'm able to help her get her new hog nose. Get her new hog nose all, a new home and comfortable for the time being. So, that's the kind of attitude we should have with each other. The reptile community is a community like no other, and we should keep that consideration and that where are you going? And that love going for one another, because the people who don't understand why we keep reptiles don't get it. But a lot of times when they see that sense of community, they start to get an understanding of why why the community is so strong. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, if you're part of the reptile community, be helpful. Don't be hateful, right? Give good advice. Try to help them down the road. Don't scorn them, because all you're going to do is turn them away from good information. So it's important that you remain humane and nice, because, kind matters. Be kind, nice matters. We say that in our house all the time. So if you have somebody in need, just reach out, help them out. If you're in them Facebook groups that always get on people, and I mean, you're not really doing any good for the animal. Because you're trying to be like, I'm concerned for the animal, but you're scorning and pushing this person away rather than giving them good information, which you as a keeper should have, right? If you're such a great keeper, you should have this information. Give it to them. Help them be a better keeper. That's all. That's all we got to do. That's it. And we help the lives of the animals more than anything. So if the condition and the life and the safety of the animal is your concern, then your concern should be helping that person, because that's how you're going to help the life of the animal. So that's my philosophy on that. Recently, you guys know I'm in Southwest Michigan, so we just had some bad tornadoes rip through the area. We had a fatality in our community. I'm not going to say too much about it on my show, because it's not really my place. But we did have a fatality, a young man, and 12 injuries. It just popped up, ripped through the town, almost the same way it did last year. For those of you that's been with me for a while, we had a bad tornado rip through here last year too, and almost the same path it took. And then we had another one pop up in Union City, which did a lot more damage up there, as far as properties and everything goes. And yeah, the community is suffering right now. My community is, and but I have to say, the way that they came together after all that, um, there's no other community like Michigan. Like the whole community came together. Everybody is on social media is just going nuts trying to figure out how they can help, where they need to be at, trying to donate. So I just want to shout out to my community, even though some of them probably aren't on here. Just I hope your community is the same. But I've never I lived in a lot of cities, and I've never seen a community come together like that. Like when we lived in Florida, and we had the hurricane. It seemed like a lot of people just kind of waited for the government to take care of things. Um, and a lot of contractors kind of went out to make money, but it wasn't like a sense of community of people reaching out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was. It's great. It's a great community to be a part of. Okay, so that's what's happening here this week. Back to the comments here. Let's see. Kindness is all too rare. It is. Kindness is rare. Um, we told Dragon have a great day at the gym. And we're talking. I'm sorry to hear about twisters. Whatever. Yeah, we really do. Tornadoes aren't like hurricanes. We don't really get much of a warning. And when we lived in Florida, it was like everybody's freaking out because of hurricane, which is, understandable. But you got days and days and days to prepare. Where in storms like this, you don't like the tornado sirens didn't even go off before that twister hit the ground, and nobody really even knew what happened until afterwards. So, have you heard of hognose snakes? Yes, yes. I don't have any hognose because I don't have a hognose because I'm going for species that not a lot of people have. Like I have a lot of ball pythons, which is awesome. But yeah, Candy here, she's got a hog nose. I know a lot of people with hog nose. So no, I don't have a hog nose. I'm looking to catch one in the wild this year though, and it's about that time. I was actually gonna go today and try to hurt and get some try to find some snakes in the wild and see what we come up with. But Melody's injured, so I don't think I'm gonna be doing that today. She's not gonna be howling through the nature trails anytime soon. So there's that. I had a lot to talk about this week. A lot. Carl's doing great. He's eating. He's as crazy as ever. Always, you know how he is. Watch for the signs beforehand. Yeah, yeah. You got to watch for the signs. But even then, like the storm that we just had was like, okay, it's gonna rain. Like we knew there's a big front coming through. I guess, but like I don't even think there was any indication from the meteorologist or anything like that that we were going to have a tornado. So, um, yeah, I mean, as many warning systems as we have in place, tornadoes, sometimes just catch us by surprise. Yep, they're very sneaky, very very sneaky. Um, so I went to the Goshen Reptile Expo yesterday, hung out there for a little bit, seen some cool people. I didn't really get anything. I got some new isopods for this enclosure for Archimedes' enclosure here. Got some new isopods for her and some for um, the other new snake, whose name is Vera, by the way. So we'll talk more about that in the episode. I explain her name and all that stuff. So you right there, buddy? All right. Where you going, Pleiades? What's up? What's up? There. Let's come back around here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I mean we're kind of used to it, When you live up here, we're right at the end of Tornado Alley, so you kind of grow up with that mindset. You know what I mean? So, you just kind of learn as you go. Anyways, I was at the Goshen Reptile Expo yesterday, and I got to see Carter from Carter's Coils. I was calling Carter. Um, I don't even know if that's his real name, but we've been kind of friends for a little while now. He had some amazing animals out there. I did not film because I was just there to visit, but you know, you guys have seen that. I put out shorts and episodes of the Ghost of Reptile Expo, so you know about that. Right. I don't know if that's an area of a. I don't know if that's a geographical location, Candy. Yes, this is a ball python. Yes, Kevin. This is a banana orange dream ball python. Her name is Pleiades, and she's a sweet, sweet girl. Yes, royal paw. I like how you put royal in there. That's pretty awesome. So, like at the pet store, we were talking, and you know, a lot of times people put normal next to the normal, the royals, and I was like, you know, we should just call them. You guys should call them royals because that sounds so much cooler than normal. Here's a normal snake. But if you call it royal, thanks Cleopatra, um, it sounds cooler, doesn't it? Right? Sounds almost like just in case I don't know, it just sounds cooler. There's all these neat morphs. And I think normals are beautiful too. Like they're so underrated. You know, they're about to me, they're like the it's like spiders, you know, they're so underrated as pets. And so are normals. Royals, as in its Latin name. Right. Yeah, it sounds extremely regal. And I think it gives them a better outlook. I think it gives people a better outlook on them because, you know, like, oh, if you, I mean, you get what I'm saying, right? If you're like, here's some normal Nikes. I don't know if you guys are shoe people or not. I'm not. I don't know why I'm using Nikes. But, anyways, here's some normal Nikes. Or here's some Air Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Here's some Air Force Ones. You know, it just sounds better. So, and I think they deserve the same love and respect as all the millions of morphs that we have. You know, ball pythons are my favorite snake. You know, but I love a lot. I've got a lot of different species now. So, and we got one more coming in next week. And this little girl is going to get rehomed, and another one is going to get another ball python. I'm going to rehome. So, but you know, I want them to go to people who are well versed and know how to handle socialized snakes and are responsible. So I'm going to offer them to Patreon first. Miserably, oh, pork chops in shed this week, huh? Yeah, we got a couple in shed too. I think Lil Man's in shed. He looked pretty pale. I haven't seen him in blue. I haven't seen any blue eyes yet, but you know, sometimes I miss that, and then I just notice that they're really pale. Mojo just shed a beautiful shed. You want to check this out? Mojo gave me another shed. Hang out just a second. Hang out just a second, and I gotta show you this. I gotta show you guys this. Here's Mojo's shed. I don't know if you guys can see that all the way. This guy, here we go get Mojo out soon. You guys remember before, look at this. Perfect shed. He's got his eye caps right there. That is pretty awesome. So I kept this one. He usually gives me perfect sheds, but the way he came out on this one, like you could just see his mouth and everything, and it was really easy to unfold. But yeah, check that out. You know, I had the mask. I still have the mask shed where it was just his head and had his eyeballs in it, and I'm probably gonna like give that away on Patreon or maybe on here one of these days. I'm not really sure. So one thing I don't like about the look of Royals is the way their tail just comes to a stump instead of gradually tapping off. Yeah, tapering off. Yep. Yeah, it is. It is a bit petty, but most of my ball pythons, especially like Mary Jane, she's a spider. She's about 4 years old, full grown. She's about almost 6 pounds now. I want to say. They're about ready to be weighed again. Um, but her tail is stubby. You know, her tail is stubby like that. So I notice as they get older and they get bigger, You know, obviously their body shapes have a lot to do with how their tails end. And like, I was talking to somebody yesterday about males and females, and they were saying, well, males don't get that long, and that's not necessarily true. Because I have, you know, Gorgeous George is one of my longest snakes, and he's a boy, and he's, you know, he's super long. You guys have, a lot of you have met him before. It's my GHI, and he's super long. You know, he's not very thick, but he's super long. So I don't like, you know, it's hard to judge snake sexes by body condition. So um, it's just like their personalities. A lot of their care and husbandry is the same, but their personalities would be completely different, just completely different. So um, yeah, but yeah, compared to an arboreal snake, like my arboreals, you know, their tails are really long, really thin. They wrap around everything that it touches. So yeah, I totally get that. Their tails are a lot different. But that's the cool thing about owning a bunch of different snakes is, you know, it's how they're so diverse. Their attitudes, their daily routines, how they accept food, how they build relationships, how they learn, everything is different. And that's why I, you know, like to diversify the species a bit. Ah, baby. I know. I know. Look at her. She keeps wagging her tail. I think she's going to poop on me. Wouldn't be the first time, right, guys? I think Candy and Sonya were here. I think it was Mojo that pooped on me just off screen, right? Wasn't it? I don't remember. I've been pooped on by so many snakes. It's crazy. I usually, it's interesting to show classes. No kidding. Yeah, I've got a few sheds. I've got one from Mary Jane. I've got one from I got one from Mojo. I got, you know, a couple here and there. One from Carl, a couple from Galileo. But I usually throw my sheds out because they just get so numerous, especially from the baby snakes. They grow so quickly. You okay over there? Melody is inexperienced with crutches.
Melody wants hot coffee.
That's great.
Shut up.
Anyways, where we at in the comments here? Hey, Cornflake pooped on me. You only had one day? You only had one day when Cornflake pooped on you? She farted. You know, it's funny when I tell people that snakes fart, they don't believe me. I'm like, yeah, no. And it's pretty nasty sounding.
Funny looking.
Funny looking and nasty sounding. It looks, for the ball pythons, it looks like it hurts. If you catch them doing it, like, they stretch out and then open their mouth and squeeze together. It's crazy.
Like an accordion.
Like, yeah, like an accordion. It's crazy. But they're interesting animals. Haven't given her another chance. Uh, I don't know. I've been pooped on so many times by snakes I don't even own. It's crazy. But just because I handle a lot of snakes, a lot for the average person, I handle a lot of snakes, quite a bit. So maybe that's why. Oh gosh, retics are the worst too. You had a large retic poop on me. Oh no, it stinks so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, it's so bad. When retics go, you know it. I haven't gotten any retics yet. For one, I don't have the room, but I'm gonna. I'm kind of working towards maybe some venomous in the future. Because I really kind of want a gaboon viper. I want to raise my baby. So I've been trying to get at snakes that are a little bitey, you know, and work with them a bit. My snakes, I tend to socialize, so finding them to work with is kind of pain in the butt. But I get there.
I'll be noisy for a minute.
I've seen Garrett pooped on. Yeah. Yeah, well, he's a keeper. He's been pooped on several times. So I'm going to Tinley next week. I think I'm going to Tinley next week. If I have to move, I'm not gonna go. But Tinley's next week, and that's gonna be pretty exciting. I kind of wanted to go and look for a pygmy python because I didn't buy one last time, and I really should have because I really want one. But I do. I have some friends that handle venomous snakes, and we talked about it a few weeks ago, and I didn't really allude to the fact that I was kind of interested in learning and just becoming better at it. Not necessarily because I want to like have a bunch of venomous snakes, but um, just as a keeper, having that experience of that's one more branch of husbandry that I would have under my wing. So the ones that I've been getting lately, the one Vera, I haven't introduced her yet. That's kind of why I got her because as I said in my post, I gotta remember not to give away too much. But as I said in my post, she is venomous. She's more toxic than her venom is more toxic than a hog nose, but it's not deadly. So this is one of the reasons I got her. She's gonna make me. It's so hard not telling you guys what she is, what she looks like, and why I got her. I got her so she would make me step my husbandry skills up because I haven't had any species like her yet. So that's why I got her because I want to be a better keeper and she's going to help me understand better how to handle venomous and stay out of the way of the head and keeping the head pointed in the other direction. So that's one of the reasons. That's a couple of reasons why I got her. Um, the other reason I got her is because I don't know anybody that's got one. Not even one person. So I'm pretty happy about that. Probably deserved it. Yeah, he deserved it. He sold me that $50 coffee cup at Tinley last September. So yeah, he deserves it. $50 coffee cup. It's broken. You want to see it? Give me that Reach Out Reptiles cup up there. Can you reach it?
Is it up here?
Yeah, I think it's all the way at the top. Hang on, I'll show you.
Back here?
No, it goes over here. Think of any other things. You want to throw this cup for me? Yeah. So I got this at Timley from Garrett last year. Because I ran into him. Right as they were closing, I ran back into Garrett and was talking with him. I was like, I really want to do something for you. So he's like, I got these cups. Ran and got me one. It was kind of last minute. Don't buy $50 coffee cups. Okay, so here's the thing: is I didn't know it was $50 until we were standing in the hallway and he was handing it to me. So I was like, okay, here you go, man. I'm just not gonna use it. So this is my $50 coffee cup. Yep, and got it home. A couple hours later, bam! Look at that. Now it's a pen jar. No more coffee in that one. But yeah, Garrett, if you see this, I mean, I'll take another coffee cup, bro. As a replacement, I'm not gonna give you $50 for another one though. Okay, friend, right? Coffee cup. Coffee with snakes. This is what I do. Keep this in mind. All right, so that's customized. Supposed to be pretty tough. Yeah, it's not. It's not tough. Once I was bitten by a black mamba, and after 3 days of pain, the mamba died. Yeah. Oh no, that happened to Chuck Norris once though.
I was gonna say, okay, Chuck Norris.
That happened to Chuck Norris. Mm-hmm.
Why is there still an extra bowl? Oh,
That's funny. That's pretty funny. Welcome, Johnny. Welcome. Thanks for the laugh. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's what happened. If you heard about the story of Chuck Norris and the black mamba, that's what happened there. Is it bit Chuck Norris and 3 days later it died. So, where were we at? Oh yeah, we were talking about Garrett and his $50 coffee cup.
we love you.
And we love you, Garrett. I love you, dude. I do. Mojo Shed. And I have these hides. What do you guys think I should sell these hides for? Because I don't know. I'm just a nice guy. But they're PVC hides. They're gonna hold moisture really well. You know. Looks like my dog wants out.
I can't get to her.
I know you can't get to her. I'll get to her. It's supposed to be pretty tough, yeah.
Got your coffee though.
Look, Melody brought me a cup of coffee. Not in Garrett's $50 cup. Yeah, from I think this cup. Yeah, this is from the Sea Turtle Hospital in Delray, from Florida. So we visited there quite a few times. Bought stuff from them to help save sea turtles and all that neat stuff. So, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta let my dog out. Apparently, timing is way off with this morning. And usually Melody will take care of this stuff for me while we're live streaming and everything, but she's broken, so she got to kind of rely on me. It's gonna be a little. Don't sell it for 10 or 15 bucks. Oh, do sell it for 10 or 15 bucks, you think? That's not bad. But the VE hides that are plastic, they're about 10, 15 bucks. These are PVC, so they're going to hold, and they're way sturdier. It's a good hide box. They're going to hold that way better. They're going to hold your humidity better, plus match, they match my enclosures. You know what I mean? So far. But they're going to customize those too. Jeffrey, what's up, bro? Good morning. Glad to see you're here. So yeah, the hides, man, the plastic ones, they sell for more than that, and this is PVC, so that's why I'm a little stuck on what the prices should be. But I'm gonna do some market research like I always do. I'll figure it out. I think later today I'm gonna head up to Union City where the storms hit and try to help do some community work up there and offer my services as a contractor and tools to help out. So we'll see how that goes. We're supposed to hook up with Cody, who builds these enclosures here. He was in Kentucky, had said something about, so I think I'm going to try to do that today. Had a really weird experience the other day with Bubba. Tell us about it, Sonia. Tell us about what is the weird experience. I was holding him like I always do, and he'll judge me with his nose. Okay. Judge you with his nose? You got to stop doing this Siri thing because we have no idea what you're talking about. He judged you with his nose. That's not anything new. I think he slowly opened his mouth like he was going to bite me. He's never done that. He was trying to tell me he was hungry. He slowly opened up his mouth. That's cute. That's awesome. So, I hope I have the same experiences when you send me my free snake. I don't have any house snakes yet, so. Was he trying to tell me he was hungry? I don't know why he would open his mouth at you. I don't think he was trying to tell you he was hungry. I'm not really sure. He might have been just taking a yawn, or he might have been, I'm sorry, baby. There's several different things it could have been. But I don't think he was trying to tell you he was hungry. Usually, so, me and Carter were talking about this yesterday. So, like, you can tell when your snake is hungry by just watching what they're doing. So, like, excuse me, guys. With ball pythons especially, they go off food quite a bit. So, a lot of people will go and they waste money on rats every week. They'll keep offering every week. I can't get him to eat, can't get him to eat, can't get him to eat. I don't know what's wrong. I've checked my Husbandry, and they've been down the list. And, I just put a short out about ball pythons and hunger strikes, and they do it all the time. They can go up to 4 months without eating, sometimes longer. And that's normal for them, But one of the things I look for is I stopped offering every week, and I just waited to see them out looking for food. So your snake is going to come out and start moving around the enclosure. When they're not eating, when they're on a hunger strike, they'll conserve their energy and they stay inside the they'll me and Morning Carter, I was just talking about you. They stay inside their enclosure. They stay inside their hide. They'll move around very little. A lot of times they stay in one hide or just go back and forth from one or two. But you don't see a lot of them moving around. You know what I mean? So, but once you see them start moving around the enclosure again, and that's how me and Herschel got over his hunger strike. Once I seen him out moving around the enclosure at night, a couple nights in a row, I knew he was out looking for food. So all I did was check what he was doing, his behavior, which is what we should be paying attention to. So I watch their behavior, and once I see them out like they're hunting again, then I'll offer. And 9 times out of 10, they'll eat every time. And that's the easiest way. Save yourself the money, save yourself the anxiety, the stress. Check your husbandry, make sure your humidity's right, your heat's right, your hides are right, your basics for your husbandry. And then if all that is up to par, there's nothing you're doing wrong. That's what they do. There's nothing further you can do. You watch their body condition, make sure they still got nice fat deposits up here by their spines. They're not real peaky, because then they're losing weight. But other than that, you just wait for them to tell you. They'll tell you. You just watch their actions. That's all. Okay, let's go to the comments here. Show the head. Show the head. There's her head. This is Pleiades. She's a banana, possible orange dream ball python. What do they eat? Frozen thawed rats. I'm just thinking he was like, okay, it is. It's time to feed us. First snake, good smile. That's funny. Pleiades is the name of the snake. Pleiades has actually been on a hunger strike. But I've seen her out hunting, so I'm going to offer her again tonight. And hopefully she'll be back on. So that's the thing about hunger strikes and ball pythons. Like, everybody that has ball pythons go through that, and you got to learn to just roll with the punches, because it's gonna happen. Even if you're the best keeper, the world has ever seen, that's gonna happen. This is what they do. So, race. I'm not sure what you mean by race. Can you elaborate on that? Because I'm trying to figure out what you mean by race. Oh, where is she from? They're from Africa. They're from South Africa. And she's a special morph, right? This is just a ball python. Not that it's a normal thing. But she's, we mix genes and they're called morphs. So you get different looks, different colors, different patterns. That's all in ball pythons. That's why a lot of people have a lot of ball pythons. So, yeah, that's where she's from. She's from South Africa. Yes, python. She's from Africa. Here's a clue to the other snake I got. Maybe I won't give that to you, because that'll be too easy. It's an Australian snake. There's a clue to one. There's one clue to the ones that I got. No, she's not poisonous. Ball pythons aren't poisonous. They're not even really aggressive at all. That's true. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Snakes at Earthbound Misfits. No, she's not poisonous. Ball pythons are probably one of the most passive snakes that you can come across. People pick them up in the wild all the time. They just they're like puppies. They're the puppy dogs of snakes. And look at her just chill. She's just hanging out. Do I think they should be held in captivity in small boxes? Um, Ball pythons do just fine. In breeder racks, if that's what you're talking about. Um, yeah, they do great actually. So it depends on how you want to keep your snake, right? So breeders, we were kind of talking about this yesterday too. There's a lot of controversy about no, nope, good guess, but no, nope, and I haven't showed him yet, so um, I can't really tell you what he is because he came in sick, so I don't know if you know the backstory on this snake particularly, but I got him a few weeks ago. He came in sick. I know it's about 3 days in he was sick, so I've been treating him. So I haven't introduced him to the channel yet. Love you too, Sonia. Have a great day. I haven't introduced him to the channel yet, so he's just kind of. Um, so I can't even tell you what he is. Just I can just keep giving clues. You know what I mean? Because if I tell you what he is, then that gives it away. I don't even think my Patreon members know what he is, or maybe they do. I can't remember if I put that up or not. But no, he is from Australia. He's an Australian species, so I can say that much. But here in a few weeks, I've been building some things up. I didn't put out a lot of content this week because everything that was going on, but I'm building some things up, and we'll have steady releases here in a few weeks. So that'll be pretty cool. And then at that point, I'll be revealing the new snakes and all kinds of stuff. So can't tell you what it is. Damn it. Is it venomous? No, it's not venomous. No, he's not venomous. One of the new ones I got that I haven't introduced to the channel yet is venomous. She's rear fang venomous, and she's awesome. She's probably one of the prettiest snakes. Then it's not a guessing game, right? I can't. So here's the thing: is I'm morally bound, right? If I introduce a sick snake and people get to know that's not going to be good for my viewership. I'm going to hurt a lot of people's feelings basically if something happens to that baby snake. So it's way back here is her head. So it's kind of hard. Like I want to tell you guys what he is. I want to show him to you so bad, but I'm trying to be a responsible snake owner, a responsible content creator by not. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for understanding. But I don't know if you can tell by my reaction, but you were pretty close on that last one. You were pretty close. So, yeah, it would just be irresponsible of me. So I'm just trying to be responsible and get that out there when it's ready. Yes, it's a python. It's a ball python or a royal. They said her name is Pleiades, and she is a banana, possible orange dream ball python. And she is sweet, sweet girl. She is so super sweet. I can't even. She just, she's great. Caramel coastal, a banana, a lemon python, a banana python. Oh, it's a crystal. Oh man. Oh, jeez. You're gonna make me reveal this snake right here. There's a lot of upfront costs. Did I miss something here? Python of some kind. She's gorgeous. Caramel coastal lemon. Let me go back up here to Hank. Where are we at? Oh, costs a week. Okay. Thanks, Candy. You're on it. They don't cost a lot to keep per week. Setups can be a little expensive, depending on which route you go. Um, but to feed an adult ball python once a week you're probably going to spend between $3 and $10 depending on what your local rat supply charges. You can order rats online, frozen thawed rats online, so it's not a very high cost per week. When you have several, like I do, it can get up there. I spend almost $100 a week on food for all my snakes. So and my that's not including my dragons and my tortoise and all that. So I have a lot. This is just coffee with snakes from our channel. This isn't just what our channel does. We do more than just snakes. We do a lot of snakes because that is my favorite animal, obviously. But we have, tortoises, lizards, just, exotic animals. That's what I try to cover all the time. So, uh, yes, they only eat once a week. And actually, when they become adults, they'll go down to or once every 2 weeks. So so for example, Mary Jane, she is 4 years old. She's about 6 pounds. Big snake. She's big ball python. She eats a medium rat every 2 weeks, and if I try to feed her any more than that, she'll refuse it every time. So it actually gets a little cheaper as the meal gets bigger, right? Because they'll slow down eating. So my males will take a small rat every 2 weeks. Yeah, they chill around the house. I have several snakes. So yeah, I free roam them. I socialize them. I make them to where you can do stuff. You can do stuff like this with them. Snakes are generally head shy, so I do a lot of socializing and hanging out with them. Just trying to change those natural neurological pathways into something they can understand their world a little better. That they're not under constant threat. So yes, most eat more often as babies. Yep. My babies when I get them, they'll eat once a week, all the way up until they're adults, and then they start to back off a little bit. Oh yeah, she's very loving. Ball pythons are just absolutely great. Um, as babies they can be a little bitey, but they only bite in defense and when they're ready to eat. That's it. And like you don't smell like a rat. Like to me they're one of the coolest animals to have because they don't poop on your floor unless you handle them, and then they're probably gonna poop on you. And they don't leave fur everywhere. They don't scratch up your doorways. They're not tearing your furniture up, and they're relatively cheap to feed. They're awesome to handle, and to once you create the relationship with them and you get them socialized, which we talk a lot about on this channel. So if you want to get there, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we talk a lot about that, about how to socialize your snake, how to turn it into a pet, how to get it to get it through hunger strikes, just a lot of information. A lot of information about how to keep them. So make sure you subscribe, especially if you're thinking about getting one. I'm always answering questions from my viewership. I'm not opposed to that at all. Our Patreon has more in-depth husbandry, more information, more videos, more behind-the-scenes stuff on my Patreon, which there's a link on my channel here that you can just click and go over there. Paid members get special access. I created a community there, and to be a part of that community is a great thing. I invite everybody to come join that community because there's so much help there. There's so much information. On Patreon we get to share pictures and videos of each other's snakes and stuff like that. So you get a bunch of different stuff. My Patreon members, they always get to see the new snakes first, the babies. They know what's going on way more than anybody watches my YouTube. So yeah, there's Patreon is, if you're really interested in becoming a part of this community, that's the way to go. Let's go click on that Patreon link, go over there, get signed up, and I'm starting a live stream over there to kind of help with more husbandry questions. So that's the goal. Yeah. Thanks for showing up, man. We really appreciate it. Yeah, I've been not acquiring more snakes. I'm diversifying, I would say. Yeah, diversifying. So I got a new one coming next week. This is Pleiades. She's so awesome. Thanks for showing up this week. We're about at the top of our hour, so thanks everybody for being here. If you want to join us next week, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're here every Sunday, 9 a.m. Coffee with Snakes live on Earthbound Misfits, Exotics, and More, our YouTube channel. We're on all the socials. Pick one. We're there. Just search the name. I think the links are on the page even. So go through there, find us. You want to learn more, join the Patreon. Big diamond python. So you got a carpet there, huh? That's awesome. Glenn, man, make sure you subscribe. I want to talk to you more about that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're at the top of our hour, so we're about to end our live stream this week, but we're here every week, Sundays at 9. I'd love to talk to you about that. Because if you have a big diamond in your roof, then you're Australia? Yeah? If it's wild. So, all right. So I think I've said everything I need to say. Appreciate everybody for showing up this week. We'll be here next week, Sundays, 9 a.m. Eastern. Coffee with Snakes live. Earthbound Misfits. I love you guys. Uh, as always, stay wild, but keep your feet on the ground, and hopefully I'll see you next week, okay? Hit the subscribe button and like, subscribe, all that. Thanks, Glenn, for showing up. I'm sorry you're right here at the last minute, but come back next week, man, and we'll talk more about that diamond you got, all right? So, again, until next time, stay wild, but keep your feet on the ground. Take care, everybody. See you next week.